Have you ever wondered who the very first serial killer was? What could push someone to kill, not just once, but over and over, in a time when nobody even knew what a serial killer was? If we turn back the clock to 1918, we find one of Thailand's earliest known serial killers and the last person in the country to be publicly beheaded. This is the case of Bun Pang. It started on a calm afternoon in January 1918. A few men from a village near the Chao Phraya River in Nonthaburi Province had gone out fishing. While waiting by the river, they spotted something strange floating near a temple. They pulled it out. It was an old iron box. They thought it might be treasure. When they pried it open, they found the dismembered body of a woman cut into 8 pieces. Her hands and feet were bound with rope. Her internal organs were exposed. Bricks had been packed inside to weigh it down. The men ran straight to the police. The body was unidentified. Without leads, the investigation stalled. Then a rickshaw driver came forward with a simple statement: "I was told to dump the chest by Bun Pang." That one sentence broke the case open. Bun Pang was born in 1890 in a small village in what is now Nakhon Phanom Province in northeastern Thailand. His father was Chinese, his mother was Lao. Both parents died when he was around 5 years old. He was taken in by an elderly couple named Suk and Pian in Bangkok's Bangkok district, who raised him as their own. As a teenager, Bun Pang was considered extremely handsome and charming, but he refused to work and showed no interest in contributing to the household. Instead, he became obsessed with black magic, particularly love spells and potions. When his grandparents found out, they were frightened and kicked him out. He made his way to Bangkok, where he began selling spells and charms. At around age 20, he was ordained as a monk at Wat Suthat, one of Bangkok's older temples. With his soft voice, good looks, and claimed spiritual powers, he drew crowds, especially women seeking love spells. But he mixed black magic into his monastic role, and sexual activity became part of his so-called rituals. When the abbot discovered this, Bun Pang was expelled. He then entered Wat Suthat, a prestigious temple in central Bangkok. The head abbot initially refused him entry, knowing his reputation. Bun Pang promised to change. The abbot relented. He did not change. Over the next 9 years, he ran an illegal casino inside the monks' quarters, carried on multiple affairs, and continued selling potions. At some point during those years, he started killing. His first confirmed victim, by his own confession, was a jewelry seller named Nai Liam, who had come to sell him pieces. Bun Pang planned the murder in advance, killed Nai Liam with help from his followers, stole the jewelry, and had the body dismembered and stuffed into an iron chest. His disciples loaded the chest onto a rickshaw and dumped it into the canal. The body was found in May 1917. Police had no suspect. His next known victim was a young woman named Prik, around 20 years old. Prik was married to a wealthy man who paid little attention to her. She came to Bun Pang seeking a love potion to win back her husband's affection. Bun Pang seduced her instead. She became pregnant and believed the child was his. Bun Pang was planning to marry another woman named Tat. Prik's pregnancy was a problem. He sent her a letter saying he wanted to return her necklace and asked her to meet him. She came. During that meeting, he stood behind her and strangled her with his bare hands. He dismembered her body, packed it into an iron chest with bricks and a mosquito net, and turned to 2 disciples, Chern and Charoen, to handle the rest. They hired a rickshaw and hauled the chest roughly 20 kilometers to Wat Suthat, a temple along the Chao Phraya River in Nonthaburi, and dumped it in. The chest did not sink. When fishermen found it in January 1918 and opened it, they discovered her body. Police released her description publicly, and her mother came forward, identified her as Prik, and told police she had left home after receiving a letter from a man named Bun Pang. Police questioned him, but had no solid evidence. Then one of his own students, Chan, came forward and told police he had helped dump the chest. He also said this was not the first murder. On January 14, 1918, police arrested Bun Pang at his own wedding ceremony. He showed no emotion when taken away. In custody, he confessed to the murders of Nai Liam and Prik, but denied any others. Investigators linked him to as many as 5 additional disappearances, mostly women who had been involved with him. People from the temples where he had lived reported seeing 7 iron chests stored in his room at various times. He never admitted to killing more than 2. He was sentenced to death and executed on August 19, 1919, publicly beheaded in front of a crowd. According to local accounts, the first sword strike did not cut. The executioner noticed Bun Pang's lips were moving. He told him to remove whatever was protecting him. Bun Pang spat out a small black amulet from his mouth. The executioner swung again, and this time the blade cut through. Some in the crowd claimed his lips were still moving after his head fell. His body was buried at Wat Suthat near Sansai Canal. Over time, locals built a shrine there to appease his spirit, a common practice in Thai and Southeast Asian folk belief toward those who died violently. He became the subject of legends and ghost stories, and a 2015 film called The Black Coffin was loosely based on his case. 7 iron chests, 2 confirmed victims. The rest of the story died with him.